Good morning, everyone. June's Elders Letters are here. There's a few interesting things. JW broadcast this month was the Gilead graduation, part 1, so I'm not even going to waste my time watching that. Announcements and reminders, June 2025. For elders conducting the congregation Bible study using lessons you can learn from the Bible. After a lesson has been read, ask the study questions at the end of each lesson. As time permits, call attention to the cited scriptures. You can decide whether some of them should be read. At the end of each lesson, ask the following. What does this account teach us about Jehovah? What practical lessons can we learn from this account? You need to tell elders this? I mean, if they're conducting the study and have been doing this for years, shouldn't they know this? Or can't you tell them in the school? Really? Treat them like 5-year-olds, I swear. Now, this was one of the interesting things because usually an updated Shepherd, the Flock of God book comes out twice a year. And we are still waiting for, because there hasn't been an update since last year. Printed copies of Shepherd, a revised version of Shepherd is scheduled for release in September 2025. So they're going to be really late. Wonder if this is because of some of the lawsuits. It will be available for download in a number of languages on JW Hub as a PDF, JW Pub, and an EPUB. We encourage you to make good use of electronic copies. However, if you need a printed copy in regular or large print, please inform the service overseer as soon as possible. Coordinator bodies of elders, read the announcements and then post them on the information board. For secretaries, enhanced My User account and congregation persons feature on JW Hub. Just updates, user account. If you need help, ask somebody. Access request. Make sure all of those are approved request. Don't want anybody, to be able to hack in. Because you can get into trouble. Just ask O'Donnell. Coordinator of the body of elders and any elders assigned the congregation person records responsibility also have access to the access request option. This option replaces the add user and link user. As a reminder, the congregation persons feature should not be used to maintain records of all publishers. A baptized minor should not be granted access to the congregation domain without the consent of his parents or legal guardian. Okay, instructions for accessing my profile. Fraud detection for bank accounts. As fraud schemes become more sophisticated, we urge all congregations and operating committees that manage their own bank accounts to take the following steps to safeguard donated funds. Ensure that access to any online banking tool is secure. Apply the principles and cybersecurity guidelines for Kingdom Hall's Form S-287. They even have a form for that. Interesting that I don't have those guidelines. At least I don't think I do. I'd have to check. Do not select links or open attachment in email messages unless you trust the sender. Yeah, that's actually a good suggestion for everybody. Yeah, because a while back I opened an email from someone I did not know that had an attachment that said important court documents. Yeah, it was not pretty. I actually had to wipe my hard drive completely clean and reinstall not only my operating system, but everything. So be careful, everybody, because Watchtower, as some in this community are finding out, they could be setting some of us up. And like I said, I believe it was a Trojan bot that was attached to the email I got because it shut down my keyboard, everything, my camera, keyboard, and even, I know computers. I build my own. Tried everything. Finally, like I said, had to completely wipe the hard drive completely clean and reinstall everything. So it's a good thing that I have all my important files on an external drive and in a safe place. So even if somebody does hack my computer, they're not going to get, secure information. All right. Set up notifications to alert brothers authorized to make payments or other elders when changes are made to the bank account. Yeah, that's a good suggestion to anybody. And review bank statements thoroughly as soon as they are available. Actually, some good suggestions for everybody. For service overseers, copies of the Shepherd book. Those requests for hard copies have to be submitted by June 30th, 2025. Public magazines to be produced in 2026. Interesting because they're recycling some of their articles. January and February, Watchtower number 3, 2018. Does God care about you? March and April, Awake number 1, 2020, Find Relief from Stress. May and June, the Watchtower number 2 from 2019, Is Life Worth Living? July and August, Awake number 2, 2018, Secrets of Successful Families. September and October, the Watchtower number 1, 2026, tentative title, World Peace, How It Will Be Achieved. Get rid of religion, and that'll be a good start. November and December, Awake number 1, 2026, tentative title, How to Overcome Loneliness. So out of the entire year, it looks like they're just going to have one new Watchtower and one new Awake for the public. Guess Jehovah's Witnesses are going to have to redistribute stale food. The request quantities for 2026 have been added based upon your request in 2025. Magnetic compatible posters for public magazines to be produced in 2026. You'll have to ask for them. Request for public witnessing equipment. Okay, for congregations, medical matters, the November 2006 issue of Our Kingdom Ministry contained an insert on pages 3 to 6. Now, this is another interesting thing because we had mentioned in a video a while back how we knew of a JW family that the daughter had left the organization. She was an ex-JW, and she tried to tell the HLC, those elders there that are making sure you don't get a blood transfusion. She tried to tell them that her dad could have fractions. Her JW mom called her a liar and had her removed from the hospital room. And we did a video about that. So it makes me wonder if, Watchtower wasn't watching that video, or several other ex-JWs, and are mentioning this, or PMOs, and mentioning this to their HLC elders now that could save their life, because they seem to be softening on the blood issue and telling members now, before they wouldn't tell them. Because we didn't know about this until we had left the organization in 2012. And we were moving at that time, so we didn't get our KM. But it's the November 2006 insert. And you can find it online, because a lot of ex-JW websites and stuff have that graph. But fractions are a conscious matter now. So they're going to have to soften this because too many people are dying. Well, we did a video about the clinic in, South Africa, one of those countries, where a maternity clinic run by a JW doctor was shut down and is now being investigating because the pregnant woman died. She had a C-section and she died because the doctor would not give her a blood transfusion. And by the time they got her to another facility, she was gone. So, they're going to have some serious issues. And I hope that family and any other family that has lost a member because of JW's blood policy, I would love for them to sue Watchtower for this, because this has been one of their policies for years. And I know of a lot of PMOs and JWs and XJWs that didn't tell any of their JW friends or elders or anything that they did take a blood transfusion. My dad, years ago, he went in for a triple bypass, and he had left the organization, but he was kind of like a PMO, because he didn't want to piss off my mom. And anyway, he went in for a triple bypass, and he told him, yeah, I'll take blood. So it's happening a lot more. Posting material on websites and social media. While we may share information from the organization's websites by sending a link to individuals, we should not post on the internet or on social media any artwork, electronic publications, trademarks, music, photos, videos, or articles from our websites. This would include theocratic programs on jw.org or JW Stream, such as monthly broadcasts, congregation meetings, circuit assemblies, and conventions. Well, some of you congregations are not listening because you can go on YouTube and put in JW meetings or theocratic meetings, and a lot come up. They're streaming these midweek and Sunday meetings all the time. They don't listen very well, do they? And, find it interesting, about the JW stream, because, like we just got the convention videos. Well, this is why we didn't stream the entire videos, and you have to be careful about posting the full videos, full dramas, anything like that, because they can hit you with a copyright. There's several in this community that are finding that out. Just like elders' letters. This is why I do not post them or show the screenshot of the elders' letters. There was a channel years ago, back in like 2013, 2014, Snarky Bill. He was never JW, he was another Christian. I forget what religion, but he was doing videos about Watchtower, and he made the mistake of actually posting a elders' letter where it showed one of their funds for money that went to one of their funds to for the CSA court cases. Yeah. So that is it for the elders letter. And if there's any other news, I will let you all know. And thank you so much for watching and subscribing and liking. And I know I've been reading comments, and we appreciate your comments and cards and emails and phone calls, and we just can't answer every single one, but we do appreciate it very much, and we appreciate all of you. We appreciate, because when you watch our videos, that's how you show your support for us, so we appreciate it. You all have a wonderful week. Bye.